Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for our guest of honor, Joe Panik.
But what you may not be aware of is Joe Panik, the student scholar. I would like to take a moment to share some of the fine academic achievements that Joe achieved during his time at John Jay. Joe ranked in the top 6% of his class of 460 students. Joe was a member of the Taconic National Honor Society.
I have heard countless stories about his modesty, about his humility, and I have to tell you, I too watched as many of the games as I could, and of course stayed up as late as we could to watch you win the World Series. And I have to tell you, in every way, you comported yourself in that manner. Modesty, humility, and quite frankly, are indeed a great role model for young people.
Thanks to a very good friend of mine, Dan Scavino, I was able to get tickets to a game where the Giants were playing the Mets, and I was also able to get field passes. So I was on the field watching the Giants warm up, and I'm watching Joe take in field practice. And then Joe comes over to the batting cage to take batting practice, and he catches me out of the corner of his eye, and he comes over and he says hello. I was honored. Let me just make sure you understand this, right? This kid who grew up in East Fishkill, played at John Jay High School, went to college at St. John's, and is now back in New York City, the greatest city in the world. He's about to take batting practice, and he comes over to talk to his old math teacher. Well, I was honored. I shook his hand. I said, Joe, congratulations for making it to the majors. We took some pictures, and that would have been awesome, but it didn't end there. Joe signed some autographs for a couple of kids who were standing next to me, and then he continued to talk to me. He asked me how I was doing. He asked me how my family was doing. He asked me how things were going at Jay. He asked me how the soccer team was going to be this fall. Now I was the one who
the
couldn't
sheriff
answer
wanted
the
to
question.
congratulate Joe Panik on a job well done. Dutchess County's proud of you, and it's on behalf of Sheriff Adrian Butch Anderson, Dutchess County Sheriff.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Now, there's one more thing. Since your parents did such an outstanding job raising you, what we have is a challenge coin at the sheriff's office, and you epitomize what it says on this sheriff's coin, and it says Adrian Butch Anderson, Dutchess County Sheriff, and it says treat people the way you want to be treated, and you haven't forgot those basic moral values, and we appreciate that. So keep that in your pocket at all times. Thank you.
The things that really impressed me with Joe, besides his talent, when you saw him out there on the field, his determination and his professionalism. Evident every time he was out there. I just watched Joe, and there was something about this kid that just so impressed me. He is born to baseball, and I thought he was just fantastic to watch.
I remember Willie Mays catching that amazing catch, Vic Wertz, in the '54 World Series. In '69, all you Met fans, I know you were watching the games. Ron Swoboda and Tommy Agee made two fantastic catches in the field, but none of them, as great as they are, compare with, I believe, the double play that Joe made this past October. Every year you watch the World Series and you see highlights, you're going to see that fantastic play. Again, let's hear it for Joe on that play.
What was fun for me was to roll off the bus each game and see the opposing coach's face when they realized that this kid is still here. He did not graduate. I would walk over with a big grin and hand the other coach the lineup card, and every coach looks through it for the names that they remember. And I'd wait till they got to the 2 or 3 spot in the lineup, and they'd often comment exactly what I just referred to. Didn't this kid graduate?
Just been an incredible year. Something as a kid you always dreamed about. Being a Yankee fan growing up, watching Jeter and the Yankees winning 4 or 5 World Series. You always dreamed about being a part of something like that, and to be call yourself a World Series champion and be a part of something special like that. It might be cliche, but it seriously is a dream come true, and it's just something special that I'm always going to remember.
Before we get to our final presentation, we have 3 special presentations for Joe. The first is a gift that we would like to offer him to take home with him, and that is his home jersey, which we've had framed, and I'd like Joe to come up and unveil it. And it says 2008 John Jay graduate Joe Panik, once a Patriot. To the right is a picture of Joe in the exact same pose, which is pretty cool. It says 2014 World Series champion Joe Panik, always a Patriot.